Hey guys, King Charmanders aka Kira here. So this is episode 4. I'm surprised I'm still doing this series. Well, be doing more of these. I kind of like the blog. It's kind of like, it's funny. I get to just talk about whatever the hell I want and just like, not really rage. I don't really rage that much. Actually, kind of don't rage over it anymore. You just gotta keep on tapping. They kind of sucked. Well, that's just the way it is. You're gonna rise and then you will kind of like tread above water. And that's why the title's water, because that's basically what it is. Today I've been treading around water and I did like 3-2, 3-2, 2-3, 2-3, probably more 2-3s than I've done for a while. So just basically taking back sets. And that's kind of just what it is, you know? You just like I'm just kind of waiting for season 3 because that's kind of like a reset for me. Season 3 I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can and go really hard, like just really hard, and make it early. The goal is to make it early. That way we can have as much fun as we want in Season 3 Master League, Season 3 Ultra League. We can have all the fun in the world and just absolutely body everything to death as much as I want. But anyways, what I'm going to analyze today is actually like Shadow Snorlax. I've had some people ask me about Shadow Snorlax. So I'm going to just do like a short little analysis with Shadow Snorlax and compare it from the regular one to Shadow. Because when you got Thick Boy and now you have Shadow Thick Boy, there are a few differences between Thick Boy and Shadow Thick Boy, or Thick Girl or Shadow Thick Girl. Just really depends on which one you have and which one you prefer. Alright, so today's analysis is brought to you by the greatest website that had ever lived for us battlers, or if you're addicted to Pokemon Go PvP, called pvpoke.com. Now, this website, if you'd like to contribute, please do so. And now we are going to dive into Shadow Lax versus regular Lax in Premier Cup. So in the Premier Cups, you got the Thick Boy. Thick Boy Shadow is actually better than its cousin, which is the Snorlax. Like, Snorlax is still a great switch because you beat certain things, but the shadow damage really makes a difference. If you compare it over here, you see your key matchups over here. If you switch over, regular Snorlax actually loses to Magnezone, you lose Togekiss, you lose Dragonite, you lose Garchomp, Gyarados, etc. The reason being is because of the lick damage. Now, if you go up to its number 3, you actually beat Magnezone pretty hard with Shadow Lax just because the lick does so much damage. You also beat your opposing Snorlaxes, and you also beat Gyarados with Dragon Breath because the Gyarados is rated over here. The Gyarados that's ranked for Premier Cup is rated around with, I believe, Dragon Breath. So if we close both of these, pop up your Dragonite, just hit up Dragonite, and Gyarados actually. Ranks at number 23 with Dragon Breath. So this is assuming the Dragon Breath moveset. Now if you're in the battle simulation and you get Snorlax, Shadow Snorlax, and you put Shadow Snorlax versus Gyarados, and you give it water. So this is the Dragon Breath simulation. Assuming the 1 shield would crunch Outrage. You win the 2 shield. You win several shield scenarios. Actually, yeah, you win a lot of shield scenarios. Just because licks do so much damage. The lick does so much damage. Actually, this is a great league. What the hell am I doing? Okay, so that's why it looked weird. Okay, so this is Master League. And as you see, you still win several scenarios. You win the 2 shield. You win the 2s, you win the 1s, and you win the 0s. You win 2 1s and 0s, multiple scenarios, as long as they're not up a shield in any scenario, or if you're on the 1 shield. Shadow Snorlax does heavy damage with the slams of the body. So that's Dragon Breath. Now if you switch it to Waterfall, Shadow Snorlax actually picks up matchups against Waterfalls. So unlike its other cousin, Shadow Snorlax is actually better. The reason why it's better is just because of the lick damage. The lick and body slam damage do so much. As you see here, you pick up the 1s and you just have a better matchup. The 0s are a little scarier, but that's Waterfall. That's Waterfall, and then if you get Dragon Breath right here. So I'm going to compare it to my Shadow Lax, which I actually have built, and I'm probably going to build it just because I'm really interested in how well it's going to perform. So we're gonna do, so my IVs are, I believe, 14-14-4. That's how it performs. So this is assuming perfect IVs versus a Dragon Breath Snorlax, as you see here. Now if you do this with these IVs, it actually flips the match. It actually, if you look right here, the way it's not a giant difference, you still win the same scenarios. It just kind of sucks. As you see, your rating falls tremendously just because it's not a perfect. So you don't really need a perfect, like Shadow Snorlax is good even if you don't have perfect IVs. As you see here, just get the highest IVs you can. That's Dragon Breath. Now, if you go against Waterfall, if you do Waterfall, you'll win. You'll win every scenario. You'll win multiple scenarios. Except the issue with this is if you look below here, you actually lose the 0 scenario. It doesn't flip it a lot, but if you go right here for that's the sim with a non-perfect. This is with a perfect. Watch this closely. You actually win. So if you look at these matchups, this is considering Waterfall, of course. But yeah, as you see here, IVs do matter. Waterfall Gyarados are very prominent. So the thing about Shadow Lax is if you don't have a perfect one, you're going to lose some matchups. Which makes it really difficult because Shadow Lax is not easy to obtain. Your only way to get it is you have to have a perfect one. And the odds of that are just astronomically low. If you do have a perfect one, I'm jelly. But as you see here, my IVs for my other Snorlax are just so terribly bad. If you have one, I'd say like 15, 15, 12. You can probably make up for it, as you see here. 518, you should be able to still win the zeros, as predicted. Because literally 3 IVs, like a 3 IV down compared to the one I have, which is 4, won't affect the matchup too heavily. So you'll still win all scenarios with, as long as it's not that bad. So IVs do matter in Masters a lot. That's why if you don't have a Shadow Perfect, if you don't have one like this, if you don't have one with like 2 maxed out stats and like over 10, because here's 12. If we go for 10 on one scenario for the HP, if you look over here, you still win. You still win the same scenarios, but I think you lose the ones. So as you see here with a Waterfall, now if you jot that IV up to 15, I think you have points. See, you'll pick up the ones. So it's just too risky. It's just too risky. Like if you don't have anything above 15, 15, like 15, 15, 12, I think, like I wouldn't run it just because it flips certain matchups. That's it. But that's just looking at Shadow Lax. If you have it, use it. If you don't, normal Snorlax is fine. You've probably been using it, and if you've been using normal Snorlax, it's actually better because you're already used to using it like I am. So I'm not going to deviate and use Shadow just because it would be too much of a pain to practice and re-practice, because there's a huge difference between Shadow and regular Snorlax. So it's just going to take a lot of time for me to adapt. And if you have the perfect though, use it. If you have a 15, 15, 14, use it. Something like 98 or 100, I think about using it. Other than that, just see what happens. Alright, as usual, here is my TikTok analysis. As you see, my TikTok's actually exploded a lot. I hit over, if it's not good PvP stuff, at least, you know, at least your platform is growing. And as you see here, my TikTok, I hit over 500 followers today, and I hit over 8K likes, I think, last night. So it's been a pretty dang good day. It's been a pretty good day as far as TikTok goes, or just overall. It's been a good day. So, I used to run Togekiss in front. I think this battle features me actually using Dragonite now. So, the reason why I switched to leads is because Togekiss is just really hard to play if you don't have shield advantage. And in some scenarios, it can cost you. So, I've just been really careful about using Togekiss. And I felt more comfortable using Dragonite just because Dragonite is a very powerful mon that can close out with Dragon Breath. It's very strong. As you see here, this is going to, I'm be able to narrate an entire match. As you see, Machamp versus Togekiss, Toga gonna Toga, and I have no idea why my opponent isn't switching here, because all I'm gonna do is just charm you down. And then we're just gonna go for a whole flamethrower, and this should break a shield, or it's gonna go through. And we do break the shield. I send in Snorlax now, because Snorlax is great versus Giant Metal Fortress. So we're just gonna build up to an Earthquake and pop a shield. We do. The reason why you do that is because you fake that you have an Earthquake or something you don't, and then poof, it works. And it just works in that scenario. So if your opponent doesn't shield, crap. If they do shield, you just got a shield for a Body Slam. That's awesome. And as you see here, we just absolutely dominate the matchup. Metagross versus Metagross matchup. Metagross is now against Swampert. That's okay here because my Metagross is able to get to an Earthquake, which we will use. And as you see the title, we do sack our poor Togekiss. We actually catch, as you see here, my opponent was rapidly tapping on that Hydro Cannon. And then this is GG's, because all you have to do is just meet your mash down. As you see, very substandard fight. I have no. If you see a Togekiss with a Machamp, get out of there. There's no like, yeah, just get out. Because even if you do use Rock Slide, you don't OKO a Togekiss. That's video number 1. Video number 2 features Togekiss versus Dragonite. You lost the lead, and now we get the Snorlax and Snorlax action. The thickest, most devastating, and possibly the most boring battle of the most battle of Premier Cup because it's, yeah. As you see, my opponent does go for Earthquake. I don't know why, because you don't get stabbed and you get more value off of just straight body slams. So now my opponent finally figures out, oh wait, body slam is the play. Oh yeah, dude, you totally should just slam me in the first time around. Now we're just going to slam our lives away. We slam, 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 bam, bam, bam. I grab a shield, and I'm just going to let my Snorlax go. There's no reason for me to expend my shields on Snorlax. We're just going to try to take it to where we save both shields for both Dragonite and for Metagross. For Metagross and Togekiss. As you see here, I send a Metagross to farm down. I will take the body slam. That's fine. Doesn't do a lot of damage. I switch back into the Togekiss, and all I got to do is have my opponent rage quit because you gave up switch advantage. As you see the title here. Dude, don't ever give up switch advantage first if you don't have to like that. Especially when you know you have a Dragonite versus a Togekiss. Or you could possibly get... Never lock in a Dragon versus Togekiss. Lesson learned. Now this is an epic battle. So now this one I get, obviously I'm using Togekiss lead. I managed to catch a body slam here, which is really sweet. Catch the body slam and they switch into Dragon Breath Gyarados. This is kind of bad. But all we're going to do is straight neck breaker. Straight body slams. Straight slams. Slam down, slam down, slam down. My opponent goes for the crunch. I will shield it because that does a lot of damage. And I kind of want to win switch here. So we're taking on, I do finally start shielding. I tip off both of my shields. I send in my Togekiss to take out that last shield, and then we have Togekiss versus Snorlax. This isn't that bad. I grab your last shield, and we know Togekiss is going to die anyways. I send a Metagross to farm down, and then we get the Gyarados. I'm going to Meteor Mash it, but first I'm going to gain a little bit of energy. Try to get as much energy as I can. You don't want to take too much because Metagross would die. We get Metagross on Metagross action, and because Metagross got that extra energy, because I manage energy well, we get that Earthquake, and that's a GG. I love Premier Cup battles because they go by so fast, so I can do like these narrations. So we get Snorlax action. Snorlax is about to slam the crap out of this poor Charizard. Charizard does take it to the face. We get the 5,000 pounds of death. And now he straights Dragon Claws, which is kind of the play. I don't know why you wouldn't blast bird me, but you know, it's fine. Just keep clawing my eyes out. As you see here, we grab a shield. I don't manage to get this body slam, which kind of sucked. As you see, Togekiss comes in again, comboing, takes out the Charizard. They don't shield, and I don't know why, because they have Gyarados. This isn't good. So what we're going to do here is just Meteor Mash everything away. We have 2 shields, so we can burn both shields here. Because I have Meteor Mash, though, this kind of sucks. Now, the reason why you want Earthquake is to take on I like Meteor Mash Earthquake. But, like, you can do Meteor Mash Psychic, you can do Psychic Earthquake, or Meteor Mash Earthquake. It's really up to you. I like using Meteor Mash just because it gains energy quickly and does heavy damage against things that don't resist it. Like, Psychic still does get stabbed, but that 5 energy and that damage, just because Meteor Mash is so, like, good, as you saw there, it can wipe entire teams. As you see here, recap the battle. Body slams to death. My opponent goes for straight Dragon Claws. And I get the slams away. Actually, you guys already watched. So that's fine. It's fine. We'll narrate the next battle. Alright, as you see, the Toge on Toge action is very strong. Now, in this play, I want a shield, so I'm going to go straight Ancient Power. I win CMP anyways. As you saw there, because my Togekiss is stronger. Has a higher IV product, and as you see there, we managed to grab a shield. They get a flamethrower on me, which kind of sucks. I should have shielded that, but we have shield advantage, and we have loaded energy on our Metagross. I'm going to shield this one because the Sand Tomb does take out our poor Metagross, and we're going to go for the Meteor Mash to bait a shield or do heavy damage. We end up doing heavy damage, and we get Snorlax versus Rhyperior. Now, this is where it gets kind of sweaty, because I need that last shield gone, so I pretend I have Earthquake. And we added to bait the shield. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shield this. It's probably a Surf or a Rock Wrecker. Either way, we're going to go straight for the double superpower. And this should take out this poor Rhyperior. Actually, I do go for a farm down. As you see here, I do some mad combinations. And I don't know why this is popping up. I apologize. Bye. Oh my god. Bye, Felicia. Okay. Stupid Windows thingy. Okay, so as you see here, we do... Yeah, that's basically what it is. This was a little fancy. This battle was definitely me trying to be really, really fancy for, yeah, trying to be hella fancy. Super fancy. Like, Don't ever. I made this battle a lot harder than it really had to be, but it was fun. But yeah, doing all that like juggling as you saw here, get the Meteor Mash off. I switch into Snorlax to try and we managed to draw out the Rhyperior because you don't want Rhyperior versus Metagross anyway. So this kind of worked out as far as like realignment goes. Now we go to our second to last battle. Here we get the Garchomp versus Togekiss, which is great. Now I get a Togekiss on mine, and because you switched Togekiss into me, I can now farm you down with Meteor Mash, or actually farm down Meteor Mash and break a shield, as you saw here. I'm not gonna shield because I could still do heavy damage, and I kind of want to farm. So I'm gonna send in my Togekiss farm down here, and then now I can send in. I have enough to make a flamethrower. I managed to get the flamethrower off, and we pop the last shield. Actually, no, we actually hit through it, and we do heavy damage, which is really what we needed. And now we get Body Slam Snorlax versus a Garchomp. This is great because I still have shield advantage, and that Sand Tomb kind of sucked because I got jebaited! This is what happens when you get debated. Alright, so we're still Gucci, though. We're still Gucci. We got energy. Dude, you're, like, this is not going to work. What part of I'm not going to shield do you not understand up until you hit me with an outrage? And 2 Sand Tombs down, I kind of have to shield. Take out the Metagross, take out the Garchomp and then the Metagross, as you see here. Pretty clean game. I really like using Togekiss. It's just, it's kind of different now, and it's a little difficult to play nowadays. But, as you saw here, pretty good battles with Togekiss. Now we get Snorlax onto the Rhyperior. As you see, the Mighty Licks and Drools is coming all over this Rhyperior's face. We're going to attempt to do the Earthquake bait again, which actually happens, which is great, because I need a shield gone. Now my opponent pretty much registers like, alright, this dude does not have Earthquake. I go for the double superpower here, and I manage to get it, which is great. Double superpower does take out the Rhyperior, and we take back switch advantage. As you see, we have giant UFO metal thingy, and this is kind of bad because wild charges hurt. I'm gonna shield the second one though, and my opponent's gonna yeet out and go into their Gyarados. That's fine though, because I have a whole ass Togekiss in the back, so my whole Togekiss is just going to charm you down, and I'm gonna save all this sweet gathered energy for that Metal Fortress in the back. We charm down the Gyarados, we get the Metal Flying UFO Fortress, and the Flamethrower does resist it. Now I send in my Metagross with energy, and I Earthquake down, and this is GG's! As you see, that's how you take out a Magnezone. One Earthquake, you'll yeet it, and with its like defense sound, it's really bad. Because it's really not really easily farmable, but you can farm it down with Liquor Dragon Breath. Anyways, today was kind of just it's going. Like I said, no pressure to make rank 10 this season. I know I jerked around way too much, but it's okay. I hope y'all enjoyed the Shoutcast battles. Like I said, Togekiss was a lot of fun to run, but like Dragonite is just really good. So I like Dragonite a lot more than Togekiss actually. I actually enjoy playing Dragonite versus Togekiss because there's certain plays you can make with Dragonite. Like if you see me stream on Twitch, I have that Magnezone play I do. I have the ability to like farm down Metagross. But like I said, practice, practice, practice. If you have something that works for you, use it and just keep using it. If you don't make rank 10 now, you'll make it later, I promise you guys. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode of my PvP blog. Just keep on tapping, we wait for Season 3, and when Season 3 comes around, we go ham. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.